But if you do want the correct tool, Tonic is going to provide that for you. Now here at Hochanda, we share all our skills, all our experience, all the little hints and tips with you. So come and join me here on Hochanda with Tonic Studios.
Yeah, we're live.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! We are
How
here.
exciting!
Yeah, very exciting indeed. 9 a.m. We are live. We've just had a couple of shows, or a few shows, on record overnight and early morning and everything. But here we are, absolutely live now. Anthea, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year!
Yeah, 2019, that crept up on us, didn't it?
I know. What a party night last night.
Yeah, I know.
Rock and roll lifestyle we lead.
Do you know what? I've not been home. I've not been in. All I've done is quickly have a shower and change my shirt.
Same
and
here.
I've come back here.
Yeah.
No sleep whatsoever. We've literally been up all night, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah, we've partied in 3 different towns. If we met you, oh, thank you very much. Thank you to Justin, whose cab got us here even in the, because we nearly didn't make it, did we? We were stranded in the middle of Peterborough, and we thought, you know, we've got half an hour to get to the studio, but luckily Justin in his cab, he gave us a free ride, and literally no sleep, probably 20 pints each, I think.
My reputation's going up and up and up.
Yeah. Enjoy responsibly. We did get lots of sleep. I have been home. Everything we've just said was a joke. So, 2019. What are your plans for 2019?
Do you know what? We've just been in such a whirl in 2018. I really haven't thought about it yet. I'm going to be. Oh no, I'm not. I can't tell you that yet.
Okay,
no.
Don't tell us that. I won't even press you on that one. But also, we've got Andy coming up later on with his
Funnily
quilting
enough,
templates. Yeah.
He's just come up.
Has he? Literally.
Come back.
I don't know, because my field of vision at the moment, I don't know, I can only see you and you. Apparently something happened, was it in front of us or behind us or above us? What happened there?
Well, I'm not really sure. Was it a bird? Was it a plane?
If it happens again, let me know. Anthony, just keep an eye out. If it happens again, just tell me what and then I'll be able to just double check what's going on.
I'm just spotting this fantastic applique opportunity.
Strange things are afoot. Strange things. What on earth is our one-day special?
Well, it just looks.
It's good.
Huge.
It's good. We
Huge.
have 15 patterns to choose from, and it's a pick and mix of six patterns, and these are wonderful patterns, aren't they? Each one got heart and soul in, haven't they?
Yeah, you should be able to find something in there that you like. Yeah. You should. So there's all sorts. So are we starting at the start, or are we talking in general?
Let's start with Hair Affair.
Right, Hair Affair. So
40% of the stock's gone on that.
Oh wow! I'm not. I said last night. I thought everybody in the world had already bought this. It's been so popular, but clearly not. So this is the first cushions I ever brought here.
Both of those, Hair Today.
Yeah, on my first show. And I had Michaela with me that day. Yeah. She's got a proper job though. She's never been able to make it since.
She's never been able to come
in,
has she?
Lightweight,
she very hard,
yeah.
doesn't she? So then you've got Dandy Fox.
Yep, Dandy Fox.
Dandy Fox, very popular. Woodland Friends, we love. That's like a classic for you, isn't it?
That was my first ever tweed pattern offering.
With nearly 2/3 of the stock gone on that. We're zipping through quite quickly at the moment, but don't worry, we'll come back and linger. Bunny and the Brambles. Love the applique on that. There's a lot of 3D.
Yeah. So my daughter Natalie and I were thinking, what can we do next? What projects next? And we had a French lop at the time called Bruce, and the working title of that was Bruce in the Brambles. If it'd been called Timothy, it would never have happened. Yeah.
I love that. Bruce in the Brambles, and then you've got the Now, Flutterby, this is a bit of a change of direction, or is it, did you explain the story? Because this is cotton versus tweed.
So we used to be cottony before we were tweedy.
Yeah.
Before tweed found us.
Yeah.
And Flutterby Butterfly, every year Michaela used to do a taster day. So if you'd never tried patchwork and quilting, you could come and do a taster day.
And just holding the pattern, because you're mentioning Michaela, and that pattern's by Michaela Smith. Yeah.
So if you've never tried patchwork, this is a really good starting point, because you've got a simple 9 patch in the bottom corner. Do you want to just point it out?
Yeah, I could save you leaning
wrong way,
over.
thank you.
There you go.
So a simple 9 patch, and then diagonally across there's half square triangles.
There you go, you can see the difference there, you can see the split in between, so half square
Below
triangles.
that we've got some simple applique,
Just
and the diagonal corner across We've got a Suffolk puff.
Yeah, the Suffolk puff, just to give you that. Is it a tomato or a strawberry?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Strawberry, yeah. The Suffolk puff, so it's a little bit of a fold, like smockings are folded technique,
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But it's kind of Michaela's signature, really. Okay. She does like a Suffolk puff.
Okay, is that when it's wrapped round and then pulled in like a draw?
That's the one, like a drawstring.
Yeah, the drawstring, that's it.
We can demo one later if you want.
Top of a PE bag, you put your PE kit in and then pull it. That's a Suffolk puff,
That's
the drawstring.
That's the one.
The top of a PE bag. So on the bottom row, so we're going to go down to humming around.
My dad's Christmas present 2 Christmases ago, that one.
Was, and he still hasn't got it, has he?
No, he's not allowed. My mum says he doesn't need any more cushions.
No, that's it. Cushion.
The design, he's credited with the design.
We're at breaking point on the cushions. The design is his gift. And then you've got the Ribble Stalker.
So our shop is literally you can go out the door and fall into the Ribble.
Don't do that.
And there's loads of herons there, and I just think they're beautiful.
And then you've got the Boys in Blue.
Boys in Blue. I was saying with Dave last night, how we've done them on the pattern, it's on an A3 sheet of paper. So if you repeated it, you would be able to do a longer, thinner project. And just repeat as you went up.
Yeah, I got
like a bell pull kind of thing. Yeah, so that would look really good.
That's the Boys in Blue. Then you've got the Seaside Friends. Now, this we can compare with the Woodland Friends, then,
Yes,
which
we
is
can.
sort of just above it. I'll lift the Woodland Friends down so that we can see. That was on the top row, so you've already seen Woodland Friends, but as a comparable, similar styles.
That's right. So I did Woodland Friends, and they're a little bit. They're a lot more stylised Woodland Friends, and by Seaside Friends, we'd begun to get in our groove a bit. So they're a bit more realistic, and people seem to like that format. And as long as you like it, we'll keep on rehashing it in various forms. So we've got the Woodland Friends and the Seaside Friends. And one of the other bundles is Moorland and Snow Friends.
Yeah,
we'll come to them later.
The kits, isn't it? Yeah, the Moorland and Snow Friends. Yeah. Well, actually, Snow Friends are here, aren't they? Well, we'll get there. They're coming up. And then you've got the Hochanda tote as well.
Yeah, that's just a really good bag, a good all-round bag.
Yeah.
Simple tote bag with the flying geese. So if you want to satisfy your inner patchworker, you've got the flying geese there, and the applique. It's so simple as that.
Flying geese, top row, bottom row as well. It's basically the arrows.
Showing off your expertise again, aren't you?
Yeah, well, it's only what I've learned off you here, Anthea, honestly. And then you've got Abby's bag as well. Does she know? But anyway, Abby's bag is here. Yeah.
Abby's first day at work was to begin creating that bag. And it's so simple. I said, Abby, do you know what a log cabin is? She went, no.
Yeah.
I said, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Oh. And then she spent 2 days making log cabins. And she's quite proficient at log cabins. Very proficient.
Yeah, it really works. Yeah. And we sold out of all your tweed bundles as well, but that in tweed, really, in tweed strips.
We've still got the kit.
Yes.
But the scrap that that you could have made it from. The alternative is gone. Yes.
Yeah. Now the kit seems like a considered purchase, and it is. We'll bring in the details for you because it's the best part of £70 or something. But
£69.
Is it?
You get. I mean, if you were to buy that in the shop, you'd be talking several £100s.
Yeah, tell me about it. So that's why I say seems like a considered purchase.
Absolutely,
but it's so worth it with the tweed that you're getting.
Very much
so.
That's
lovely. That £69.99. It's justifiably limited stock. There's not many left on that.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, it's been a busy night. I mean, people have been up and around the world partying. Seeing the new year.
Yeah. I mean, what does America do? Get on our shopping channels. Yeah,
exactly.
Hi.
Right. So then you've got the Quilters Pale.
Quilters Pale. That's another pre-tweed one. And
cotton,
do you know what? I'm actually still using that actual bag.
Yeah, at home you've got in the middle of a project. You've got a project inside it, haven't you?
Yeah, because it's really useful to be, just wherever you are. It holds one project. It's not huge. The top of it's kind of like that.
Okay.
So a large side or a small dinner plate.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was thinking, you know,
Yeah,
sort of
so it's not a massive
balti,
bag.
like a balti dish.
But
like,
that's really good, because you know when you get your big bag and you're like, oh my gosh, where's everything? Can't find it.
Yeah.
This is great because it's a one project bag.
Okay, so so a daily bag as well. You could pop a few things in it and just go, you know, like out. Not you wouldn't do any shopping in it.
I wouldn't want to be shopping in it.
No, you wouldn't shop in it, but you'd have a few bits and bobs.
If you were going to your quilt group or your knit and natter or whatever, it'd be great just to take and plonk and do one job.
Okay.
Yeah. You wouldn't have your entire contents of your sewing equipment in there.
There's a project inside.
Yeah, a project bag.
Or if you're nipping out keys, purse, phone, that sort of thing, you know. No?
I'll let you have that one, but
All right,
no.
then. All right, then. All right.
Let's keep it for quilters.
Okay, quilters pale then, so we'll keep it quilting. Keep it quilting. And then we've got Lollipop Lane as well, which is more of a take this out, keys, purse, phone.
Yeah,
and a few
that's
bits of
like
shopping.
light shopping.
Yeah.
So we've done a bit of work on that so far, and we would have been finishing that this hour, except I had a bit of iron trouble last night, so I'm a bit behind now.
Did you have iron trouble? Oh, okay, all right. Well, if we can help you out in any way,
No, we're okay now. We're just, we have time trouble now.
All right. Well, I do enjoy our shows together for various different reasons, Anthea. So
I dread to think.
Half of it's the antics, half of it's the quilting, or is it 80% quilting, 20% antics, or the other way around?
Other way around, I think.
20% quilting, 80% antics. We have got one more option that I've nearly forgotten about, and it's Snow Friends. There's Snow Friends like Snow Friends. There's Snow Friends like Woodland Friends. So you've
there
got
goes a rib.
I know, oh no, I've done my back again. You've got Snow Friends there. You've got your snow hare, you've got your snow fox, and also Snowy the owl.
Arctic hare, Arctic fox, and snowy owl.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not exotic enough there.
All right, okay. You can go for 3 if you want. Okay, you don't have to go for all 6. If you are going for all 6, it's half price. It's £19.50. And if you are going for 3, it's 3 for 2. So you're paying for 2, but you're getting 3. So 3 for 2 on the pack of 3, or 6 for 3 if you go for the one-day special. If you understand that, then you're more wide awake than I am this morning, and I'm the one who said it. 403929 to order on your group of 3. And there's a couple of extras in that choose 3 that aren't in the one-day special. So yeah, do have a look at the different choices on that. So, Anthea, we've got the lovely cushions here as well. These are so beautiful. I love the colours of tweed that you chose.
I know, my current new favourites. And I don't know, because we got these out with Dave last night. We didn't do these with you.
Yeah, we didn't see these with me at 6. You saw these at 8.
Get this right.
Go on.
So this fabric is the mill that I use. Came up with this fabric
the lovely tweed,
in collaboration with the National Trust.
Really?
Right. So when I came here on the 23rd of November, these fabrics had not been launched.
Right.
I know. So they were
very, very new.
They were for sale, but as the books hadn't come out, they were only for sale if you knew they existed.
Right.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah.
So on the 23rd of November, they hadn't gone out on general sale as such.
Okay, so we're still very new here.
Even if it has gone out now, with the Christmas period, it's probably been seen for a week tops.
Yeah, I mean, this is ultra new then. Hot off the mill,
Yeah.
This is good. This is good stuff. I mean, they're lovely colours. I mean, the pinks in there, the delicate sort of powdery colours, the blues.
So I wanted it to be feminine. I wanted it to look, girly. I mean, men would like it too.
I'm still finding it really appealing.
It's feminine and it's lovely and it's of the moment. The colours are very now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So,
but the tweed is classic.
Absolutely.
You don't lose that. It's rooted in the classicism of the tweed.
And the appliques, it's all used silk velvet.
The wonderful stuff. So we've seen a close-up already. Let me hold up our Snowy owl. Okay, so we just saw the Arctic fox.
Yeah.
This is snowy owl.
So this is the same snowy owl as certain wizards use too.
Yeah.
So if you've got any wizards in your household, you need
friends,
a pet, good one to go for.
Isn't that lovely? And you can see there on the Arctic hare as well, the shine that you're getting. Yeah. And how the feel that you got.
Depending which way you cut out your pieces on the hair, because the fabric's got a nap. So like on cord trousers, when you brush one way it's smooth and the other way it's not. That's the nap.
Okay.
that's called, and the velvet is exactly the same. So if you cut different pieces out in different directions, the light will bounce off it in all kinds of great ways.
Very clever on the applique. It works for the Arctic hare's
this.
tummy, the chest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
its tail
there's a
as well.
special price on this as well, because this new stuff is a lot harder to weave, and it comes in at a much higher price. But I've given you the old price though.
Is it? Have you really?
I have, yeah.
Oh, Anthea, thank you so much. Let me pop that down. Tell us what you actually get. So you get enough to make the cushion back and front, the whole cushion.
Yeah, you do, and all the
It's
colours
all
are the
down
same as we've got. So that's the back.
Okay.
Which is, the back would make a great front, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yeah.
It would actually. Yeah, there's the back. It's really nice, really attractive, even without the applique on it. I mean, that's a cushion and a half.
It certainly is.
It's nice.
So when you've had enough of one side, flip it over.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Literally, upside down owls. Yeah.
Right. So usually when we do this format of a cushion, you have to choose which applique you want.
Yes.
So you get all three drawings come in your pattern, whether you get one or the other.
So you buy the kit to make either
But in the case of this, because every single one uses this velvet, I've done it so you don't need to choose until you sit down to sew.
Oh, that's lovely. That
So you get the fabric for one, but you don't decide which one.
Oh, that's so nice. You don't have to choose now. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So
which one's your fave?
Yeah, which one's my favourite? I don't know. I think it might have to be the. I think it might be the Arctic hare, because we've got rabbits at home, so there's a loose connection.
Are you bunny bonkers?
A little bit, but
we are too.
There you go. You see, there you go, bunny bonkers.
Yeah.
If you're bunny bonkers as well, email us in, let us know, and send us a picture. We want to see some pictures of fluffy rabbits. So, which one's your favourite, Anthea? Dare I ask?
The fox, I think.
The fox.
Yeah,
the
I thought
Arctic
it would be the
fox.
owl, and it's actually the fox.
I like his tail. Or her
It's
tail,
his face. It's just how his face is. It's cheeky. Am I going to pounce on that bit of snow?
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah. I don't know if there's many calories in the snow, but it'll be,
Look, I wasn't going to point out he's not a veggie.
Well, yeah, he's on the hunt, he's on the prowl. He still looks friendly.
Yeah, he's playful.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Top of the food chain and playful at the same time. Lovely. So 820415 is your item number to order. It's an 18-inch cushion kit. So grab an 18-inch cushion at home, upcycle it, recover it, or buy an 18-inch cushion insert. Either way, it's a good one. And you don't have to choose your animal now. Get the kit, and you can decide when you sit down and decide which animal you're going to applique. Once you've got the pattern, you've got the pattern as well. So it's all good. And next up, we've got our wonderful bag that we demonstrated with last night, the Lollipop Lane.
It's lovely, isn't it? I don't know what word sums it up. It's posh, isn't it?
It's
lovely.
Definitely.
You would look great shopping with that.
I'd love that. I'd love one. I really would. It's got a quirkiness to it. It's got a friendliness to it. It's homely. It's so many things. It's when design sort of just lights a few fires inside you, and you're not too sure just why you like it, but you like it.
And the other thing is, if you make this and you've got the pattern, you could remake it and put some of our different appliques on the front.
Right, so you've got that panel to play with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that area.
Yeah, definitely.
That main area. This is Lollipop Lane, and at the moment with the applique, you've got all of the tweed and the cotton to make it and get that lovely row of houses, even the little knot at the top, that little bow to tie it up for security and decorative reasons. Love the tweed handles.
Yeah, we can have a look at handles later if you want.
Yeah, definitely. I woke up this morning and I thought that's what I want to do today. I want to look at handles with Anthea.
You want to get a handle on it, yeah?
Yeah. I thought, Happy New Year. It's 2019. Let's do this. Let's forget about the back. Let's just move. Let's just get this going. So you've got Lollipop Lane. It's 23.25 today, 23.25 next month. Then it's 866-125. And then the duffel bag. This has been a wonderful, wonderful bag to see before, and it's back again, and I love it.
It's great, isn't it? And this is Charlie's favourite when it came on.
I bet it is.
Charlie liked this one. Yeah. In fact, Dave was swinging it around last night.
Dave was swinging it around, was he?
Yeah.
Dave, apparently you were swinging it around. Yeah. Oh, he says. Always. So there you are. Brilliant. So it is $69.99 plus delivery to get your crafty little fox duffel bag kit. And that is a snip for what you're actually getting.
It's a whopper, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big bag. I mean, it's a lovely bag. We look at the designs as well. It's on FlexiBuy, so you can spread the cost if you want £35 today, £35 next month. Nice colour, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
You would have to put your own
obviously.
wadding and lining into that.
Right.
Whereas we didn't mention with the Lollipop Lane, that's got lining in, so you only need wadding in that.
Yeah, very cool.
But yeah, when I started adding the extras, I just thought, this is getting too expensive.
Yeah.
Let's leave it be.
So keep the price as low as possible,
well,
and then
quilters,
leave the decision.
we've often got a metre of something at home that we liked. Yeah. We bought it because we liked it.
Yeah, true, very true. So if you are thinking about your lining, have a look at that wonderful sort of grey, stony blue turquoise coming in there, a little bit of a teal. Have a think about what fabric you've got at home that is going to look really nice as a lining.
The other thing I didn't mention, Michaela designed this bag for her sister. And her sister is a paper crafter, and all these pockets were made with dies in mind.
Ah.
Yeah. So if you're a paper crafter, so like it's
pockets all around the edge.
ruler, yeah.
Yeah.
And the pockets, you see the nice big squares?
Get a quilting ruler in that, actually.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the squares around the edge, yeah, we've got all the pockets around here. So one there. All the way around here. It'd make quite a good present bag as well for a certain, certain bearded gentleman, maybe.
Do you know, I never thought about that.
Lives. You could do a Christmas version for next
year. I feel
year.
a rehash coming on.
Yeah. Do you want to rehash it? I mean, it's happened plenty of times. The rehash movie makers do it all the time. Yeah. So you know, rehash the design, rehash the applique, and make a really nice Santa bag for next year, maybe.
Right.
A winter
Michaela,
version.
Get cracking.
Talk to Michaela about it. What would you do that? You could do it. We won't get involved now because it'll take too long. But I'm thinking, could you make it wintry or Santa-y or both? Like quite childish and cute, and then you could do like a wintry version, like snowflakes instead of leaves. But anyway, we digress a little bit.
Once you've got the pattern, it's up to you what you do. So you could, you know, make yourself a posh bag, and then rehash it for other people.
Faux leather.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Would look good. So 268-2026 is your item number on that. So I stuttered a bit, but hopefully you can see it written down. I'm having problems this morning. Have a little look at the website on hochanda.com. We are live. It's New Year's Day, 9:20 in the morning at the moment, or 9:21, and we are welcoming you to 2019. Welcome to the future. It's crept up on us, but then again, it always does every year. We're nearly 20 years into this millennium. It's amazing. Yeah, having a look on the website, then you can see all your options. A couple of books there if you're thinking about a gift idea, maybe the tonic scissors, as well as all of the patterns on the one-day special. Lovely stuff. So yeah, bring it back in the one-day special actually, because you know that might be why you've tuned in today. So just to let you know, it's a pick any 6 on the one-day special out of the 15 patterns that you've got. There's a couple of other patterns actually that aren't in the one-day special that are available in the pick 3, so it's worth loading up the website to have a little look. King of the Ribble and Puffin Bay are both included in that pick 3. We'll look at them like nowish or later on. It's okay, it doesn't matter. No stress. Oh, thank you, Anthea. Oh, that's the one day special, is it? I'm reading Anthea's body language there, as in. This is the one-day special. Thank you very much for nudging me.
Trying to help out there.
Yeah, no, we've got it here, so we can zip through them at some stage.
Yeah.
If you want to get hold of Woodland Friends, 3/4 of the stock is already gone. Woodland Friends, it's somewhere in here. So have a look for it.
Wow.
Half a job. Here we go. There it is. There's the Woodland Friends.
Is that the favourite at the moment?
At the moment, it seems to be.
Yeah. Do you know? I'm ever so proud because that came out of my pen, and I can't draw.
You apparently can't draw.
I can't draw, but that all came out of my pen.
But you have done those. You have made those.
Usually when I flourish my pen, just ink comes out.
Yeah, but in this case...
I have to wait for somebody else to do good stuff, but yeah.
Don't put yourself down. And yes, Michaela and the rest of the team have done some brilliant patterns, but it's nice. Really, really lovely, that set. So that's one of your 6. Anthea, what did you want to show us demonstration-wise?
Well, what I thought we'd have a look at is the wall hangings up behind, because we do have the kits. Well, the wall hanging patterns, I think, are in the pick 3. And we've got kits available on the website too, so I thought we'd have a little look. Because we've brought them a couple of times and people like them. Yeah. So...
OK, we've got a nice little shot of them now. These are the ones you're talking about here, Anthea, aren't they?
That's the ones, yeah.
They're very colourful.
We've kind of gone backwards through the year, so we're approaching spring.
Yeah.
So we've got bluebells for spring with some nuthatches. The theme of them all is kind of like the woodland floor.
Right.
So they've all got small British birds. They've all got a very loosely based woodlandy theme. So we've got bluebells and primroses on the spring one with some nuthatches.
Good. It's a bit of wildlife, bit of flora.
Yeah, and I love how Sue's captured those nuthatches because I don't know if you know, nuthatches always go down on a tree, whereas tree creepers go up.
Okay. Okay, so nuthatches are hanging down.
They like crawl, walk down the tree trunk. Yeah. And we do like to kind of get things
right
as they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got the nuthatches for spring. Okay. We've got the long-tailed tits for summer. Okay. And they always come in a flock. That's why there's 4 on there.
So you've got 4, yeah.
And then we've got little Jenny Wren for autumn. Yeah. And the goldcrest for winter.
Okay.
And
so here's winter now. There's the goldcrest.
That's Britain's smallest bird.
Is it really?
It's smaller than a Jenny Wren.
Great knowledge. Love the fence there as well. The detail there.
And the other thing with the birds is the small little birds, they're becoming endangered.
Oh really?
Yeah. So we just wanted to say,
just a reference,
love the birds.
Heads up.
Yeah, I love them.
And then this is autumn.
And everything's really. It looks complicated, but if you look at the leaves, so there only is 1 oak leaf and 1 sycamore leaf. It's just repeated. Yeah. Likewise with the cyclamen leaves, there's 1 leaf repeated. Oh, so they're not, they're not massively difficult. And what we enjoy doing is taking a series of really simple techniques and layering them, and then all of a sudden it looks like you've got something difficult.
That's summer now.
That's summer, yeah. So that's long-tailed tits.
Okay.
And if you see them, they arrive in. They always come in a flock, and they just dive into a bush. Right. And that's it, or into a tree. Yeah. And
look at the flower heads there.
The Queen Anne's lace there. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my word, they are so nice. Oh, thank you for
the little wild strawberries
this morning. The wild strawberries, we can see that just under the long-tailed tits tail.
So which season's your favourite out of those?
Oh, such a difficult question. Let us know on your email or Facebook, message us in. I think purely looking at the colours, I love autumn. I think those are strong, bold, deep colours. Love those sycamore leaves. Interesting, Katie, my producer, says autumn's the favourite at the moment. I'm kind of liking the 3-dimensional aspect of the of spring as well, with the florals there. Winter is nicely sparse, but still there's stuff going on.
Do you know, winter's my favourite.
Is it? Why?
It is. I don't know. It's clean and it's crisp, and I don't know, that snow, to me, I look at it and it's, when the snow's got that icy crust on and you stand on it and it crunches.
Yeah, you can hear it.
And to me, it's bleak, but it's bright. It's not a cold winter.
Yeah. I think I know exactly where you're coming from there, Anthea. When you say it's bleak but bright, like I said, it's sparse but not sparse. Like it looks deserted. It looks snowed in. It looks a bit, white and nothing. I
like its
but there's
simplicity.
still stuff happening. There's still you've got a little bit. Oh, now winter's the busiest actually at the moment. Anthea, it's a bit of a race. It's a race between the seasons. Which is your favourite season? But yeah, winter. It's the flowers in the foreground as well. Are they snowdrops?
They're snowdrops, and they're really, really simply done by getting a strip of fabric and gathering it. Because a snowdrop has 2 colours on it, which you don't realise unless you have a really close look. Yeah. They're actually white and green. Okay. But what we've done is used a white fabric and a green thread, so you can get the second colour on a small scale. Yeah, so I thought we might just have a little look at perhaps starting one. Yeah, because they're all the same technique through. Yeah. We're not going to get one finished, and we're going to make a bit of a Frankenstein, because we're going to do a bit of this and a bit of that.
Okay then.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
Love Anthea's honesty, don't you? So we've got all the seasons up behind us. I was going to stand up and then put my hand in to say, this is the size comparison. But actually, then I realised I got the size. Can I just about? No, yeah, nearly, but it's not in perspective. You've got your sizes actually on screen. So $39.99 gets you the full kit to make your wall hanging, and it's 14.5 inches by 22 inches. Not feet. Not 14.5 foot by 22 foot. Be careful. Don't get misled. So yeah, it is inches, of course. Now, what do we actually get in it? Do we get everything?
So I've got, in all of them, oops, let me have a look. So you get the pattern in all of them, that's there, and you've got your pictures, and we'll have a look at that. And then for the different ones, you get all the fabrics for the front and the binding. So you've spring, and they're identical to ours, summer, autumn, and winter. So they're all priced the same, and they're all
there.
It's all there. Yeah.
So in terms of your choose your wadding how you want to go, you might want to just fill it however you want. You use whatever you've got in your stash.
Don't be buying anything special. It's just an offcut up the side of whatever.
Size-wise, you have something, wouldn't you, left over? And we've got different types of wadding that we use for different jobs.
Absolutely.
I'd be quite happy with 100% polyester wadding in that. Actually,
well, for a wall hanging, that's absolutely fine because you just want something to give it a little bit of body. But I mean, look at this size here. When you've done a quilt and layered a quilt up, it's probably the equivalent to what you've cut up the side. You know, when you lay your quilt on the big piece of wadding, it's the scrap.
Yeah.
So we don't put this in for that reason because you've probably got it.
Yeah. And you can keep your costs down amazingly to £20, given that you've got all those fabrics in there. I can't believe they're all there. I mean, they're all, size-wise as well. They're all trimmed down, and you've got exactly what you need ready to go.
Yep, all good to go. Right. So what I've done to begin with, I've made up a little quilt sandwich because the background is going to be made in strips. Now you could get away without one on the front, but I've put one on the front. So I've got my backing, I've got my wadding, and I've got a foundation to build the front on. And how we're going to do this means that it's quilted as you go. Right. So you don't have to quilt afterwards. So
as you're putting the pieces on, it's just building up.
That's right. So I'm going to do winter because I thought with it being quite simple, it might be a good one to start with. So let's have a look at the pattern first.
What's your favourite? And your favourite maybe still, when we last checked at least anyway. Autumn's been out in the lead, now it's been overtaken by winter. Summer's catching up though, it's nearly there. And they're going, but very, very popular indeed.
Just get the bulk of this out of the way. Right, what I've done, in all the patterns are the same kind of way they're put together. Don't line up side to side, but that doesn't matter. So can you see that you've got the top half and the bottom half, you've got the full drawing. Now the page is broken right on that bit and you think, oh rats, I want to trace on that. Fear not, because the middle section, on the flip side there's the middle section. So the part where the page breaks, on the other side you've got that piece there so that you can, so if you want to see how the whole lot goes together...
crossover. Yeah, very clever design on the pattern,
Yeah.
Is that something you've always done, or along the way you've thought that's something...
Well, you kind of learn as you go, because
it's a clever idea.
What happens is that when you reproduce something, you lose a margin round the side. So when you're working on your computer and you see it and it looks great, it looks great until you print it out and it's missed a quarter inch all the way around, and then someone rings up and they can't join the lines up.
So you learn as you
go. We did one, and it was one of our best sellers. And then someone got in touch, and I knew it was doable because so many people had successfully done this design.
Being a bestseller, you knew.
But there's always one person who needs extra support. And I'd like to think that we are there to, I do listen.
To provide that.
Might not always let on that I've listened, but I do.
There is still always one though, Anthea.
There is.
I've been that one over the years. I have.
Do you know, I bet
you
have
as well.
Regularly.
At school they always used to say, there's always one, McNamara, come on.
Right, so you've got the whole drawing, and then this bit here is repeated. There, look, you see? That goes over the centre. Right. So, and then something that we haven't drawn people's attention to. I said before that I wanted to get people in the way of using a pattern for more than one thing.
Yes,
right. So when I'm doing the exhibitions and I've got the show stand and I look at the wall and I go, right, we need to take that down and replace it with something. So let's go home and make a wall hanging, that kind of thing. So I needed to fill a space and I went, I'm not 4 wall hangings there. what if nobody wants a wall hanging? Oh my gosh, what we're going to do? So we've done a secondary project, which I haven't brought them with me, but this one we did a book cover.
Oh, how wonderful! Yeah.
Were we better with this laid down? Sorry,
Yeah, I guess.
sorry, cameraman.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Yeah.
So we did a book cover, and on the pattern, I've given you the drawings. Not that one.
Oh, lovely. So just modify it slightly. And you've
Oh,
got
where the
yourself a book
dickens?
cover. Where is it? Is it not in there?
It's on one. Oh, it's there. I did have it. There we go. So that's the design that we've used on here for the book cover.
That's lovely. Just a little composition.
And so all of them, the autumn hasn't got the picture on the back because the pattern went to print before the secondary project was done.
Okay.
But I've still told you in there what we've done because we did a bag.
Okay.
So the spring one, you get a cushion, and I actually prefer the cushion to the
Oh,
wall
do you?
hanging.
So you might do as well. But
Yeah,
either
it's
way,
really
when you get the wall
sweet.
hanging, you've got a secondary project.
Summer was a doorstop, autumn is a bag, and winter was a book cover.
Okay.
So just trying to get people into, you know, okay, well, I like that design, but I don't want a wall hanging.
Yeah, how could it work?
Let's have another project instead.
Yeah, or
so,
as well as.
you know, it's just, I just want you to get as much out of these designs as you can, or make the wall hanging, but then make the secondary project, or use the autumn pictures on the spring secondary project, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So, right, anyway, let's do some work, really, aren't
No,
we?
we are. Yeah, don't worry.
Let's crack on a bit.
Yeah, crack on. Yeah. So on your one-day special at the moment, we're not looking at the one-day special currently. We're looking at the wall hangings, but just to remind you about the one-day special, it's on the website, and you'll be able to choose your favourites. Basically, it's on a pick and mix. It's the one on the left-hand side of your shot there. So if we click on it, normally it's £39 for 6 very good patterns, and you're picking any 6, not for £39. But for half that price, £19.50. So the price you'd usually pay for 3, you're getting 6. And you've got choices like the quilter's pail, just for putting a quilting project into, or a sewing project into, and going off to see a friend or a little group. You've got Snow Friends, you've got Lollipop Lane, which is a really nice sort of shopping bag. You've got Hochanda Tote, which is, again, a nice daily tote or shopping bag. You've got Seaside Friends with your images on the front, like the dolphin and the puffin. You've got Hair Today and Hair Affair. And you've got the boys in blue as well. So once your basket is full with all your choices, close that window that's popped up just on your screen, and then you've got your basket with 1 item, but 6 choices in it for £19.50. Good price, isn't it? For 6 full-on, really good quality items. And then you've got the Perfect Partners exclusive deals recommended for you. If you don't fancy anything there, just refresh the screen and see what else pops up. But you've got things like your Osnaburg fabric, you've got your metal raggy ring as well, which we were playing with last night, and it's all good. There's different options on there, so have a look. It's Hochanda.com, and your one-day special is a choice of 6 from the 15 of the patterns. We'll pop the details on your screen quickly now, actually, so you can see your savings. It's a good one. It's half the price. Honestly, Anthea nearly keeled over last night when she spotted it. £19.50. You were okay though, weren't you? I caught you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did.
£19.50 it is, with £19.50 off. I know, great value for 6 patterns.
Right, so we're making the background.
On the wall hangings now.
We are
the ones
indeed.
behind us,
So if you start at the top, done very, very simply. So put your first piece on, and each piece, now I'm just taking these out of the packet. At home you would iron them. And then don't cut your pattern up, photocopy it. I can, so I did.
Yes.
Yeah, right, so I've cut the first piece, which is going to be the pink. So if we put the pink on the pattern there, let's have, I said to Dave last night as well, you see this tatty old sewing case? I've been upgraded.
It's very nice sewing case.
Well, no, that's not. I've been upgraded.
Yeah.
So when I come back on the 20th of January, we've got 9 different projects for your sewing room. And one of them is my upgraded sewing roll.
Oh,
yeah,
so that one's
and
gonna...
I love this sewing roll. You can see I've loved it for years. Yeah, it's the new one is... It's not the same, it's better.
Okay.
Very similar, so, yeah. So I'm going to have my new one. Where have I put my scissors?
Keep your eyes peeled then. 20th of January, you say?
20th of January I'm back, yeah.
Eyes peeled.
Eyes peeled indeed. So all I'm interested in is the top edge, and I've only cut the pattern on that top edge of the pink because I'm going to cut the next section as I go down. Now the pink does end there, but I'm going to try and be just a bit prudent and not lop too much off now and think, oh, blinking heck. Pull my pins out. And that'll overlap that.
Oh, I'm already taking shape.
That's
nicely.
that.
Yeah,
Easy peasy. So the next colour we want is grey. So I'll just reduce my pattern piece down. And I've still got this. I can, you know, label it if I want to. And use it again. So the grey, you see, is going to go all the way across.
And you'll have your curve.
Yeah, and don't worry about the sides at this stage, because you can lop them down afterwards.
But
So
you're edging it up to the side.
I'm edging it up
because you're not going to waste. You know, you don't.
Well, no, it's not that.
Oh, right, okay.
It's because I'm cutting it as quickly as I can. Whereas if I was at home, I might centre that, and then if I wanted to, I could make the whole project slightly wider if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Since we've got into tweed, I do like small projects, and the reason I like small projects is because of the expense. It just keeps it down a bit.
Okay, so you've got more projects that you can buy or get into, or
Yeah,
have
yeah.
available for people. But you're using less fabric, so you got
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
sense,
I mean,
yeah.
I like to try and do my best for people. And look, if you don't get it straight on the line, it really, really doesn't matter, because it's your work.
There's no precision
and you're
involved
making
here.
it up
It's
as
just these are
well.
just
That's it.
pills
You
and,
could do these freehand if you
Yeah,
wanted
no
to.
worries. Nice to stick
So
to the rules though,
that's-
because you've measured it and sort of
That's
blocked
going to
it
go
out.
across there.
You know what
And then
fits.
the next colour I want is white.
Yep.
And you've got a really big whacking piece of white in here. I think you've got about 1/2 metre.
Looks like it actually, yeah, on the
Yeah.
drop. Yeah, it's about half
It's
metre.
a whopper. It's a whopper. And what do we want? We want the next edge is on
Right, you've
the
got
other
the blue
pattern
and the blue
piece, which is this one. So, where are we? So that was that. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Yeah, I've got it here. I've got it. Yeah. Talk among yourselves for a minute.
This will be you in a few days' time.
Reference your picture.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Anthony's glancing up at the ready-made one. You've got your size on screen as well there, 14.5 by 22 inches. And we can see spring, summer, autumn and winter. If you do want the winter one, I wouldn't hang around really, in all seriousness, because we're demonstrating with it, we're seeing it a lot. And that's always a recipe for, you know, the more people that see it closely and think, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's going fast, actually, winter.
Well, as I say, we're going to turn it into a Frankenstein in a minute.
Which is like a rehash here, there, and
Yeah,
everywhere,
because what I want to do is do one background, because all 4 wall hangings, it's the same background.
Right.
The leaf technique is the same for them all, and it's one we've done before in other projects. Building a bird, it's the same for everything, and so on and so forth. So I thought if I just take an element off each one, then we can. You've got the
nice.
the
Yeah,
tools
so
really to do the lot.
So we get a taster of each scene, each one of these, what are they called again, seasons?
That's right. So.
Spring on the left, summer just on the middle left, and then you've got autumn on the right-hand side, with the far right-hand side being winter.
Right, so the this one here.
That's your. That's going to be your white, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got pins everywhere except where I want them.
Nice pattern on the white. Actually, it's not going to come across on the telly really, but it's like a snow flurry white.
It's
like
a white
spotted
dot
print.
on white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a nice Macawa fabric, which is a great make. I love Macawa fabrics.
Oh yeah, you can sort of see it now. Yeah, I'm surprised that comes across on the telly actually. Yeah, but yeah, you've got your.
Yeah. So we chose that because we thought it looks a bit like snow.
Yeah.
So I've cut these out together, and I'll because I want to pin them on and I want to see where, you know, where everything's going to fit before I cut the first one. I'll turn it round so that I'm not going to lop through all the layers at once. Hands up if you've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. There we go. So I'll cut this, cut one of those lovely little steps in it that your children often cut.
It's gone quite quickly, actually. We've got about 13 minutes left at the moment.
Oh my gosh, right then. So,
very busy on that one day special. It's been since last night as well. The different patterns have been going fast.
I can't believe that the raggy gold dust has sold out again.
Yeah, the raggy gold dust again, gone.
There was loads of
Your
that.
strips of tweed, that was a big stock level on that. They're gone.
Yeah, gone.
The longer strips that were tied up like an octopus or a jellyfish, they've all gone as well last night.
Oops, 19 minutes they took to sell out.
Did they?
They did, yeah. I looked at the clock when you said it and I've just dropped the pattern piece.
Yeah, you have dropped it, yeah.
It's okay, no, we'll just ad lib. Do you remember I said,
you don't need it?
Do you remember I said that you could make it up as you go along?
Yeah.
There you
You're
go.
literally doing that now.
That's in action.
Okay, we've dropped our pattern on the floor just in case you missed that. Nearly half the stock's gone of the winter.
Right then. So there's going to be a little bit of blue in there, but I wanted to speed things up now that we're running out of time.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Thank you, young man. Thank you.
So you see your next piece.
A young gentleman has just picked that.
What a lovely young gentleman.
Yeah.
So your second piece of blue, because remember we're making it wider than it needs to be at this point, is here. Well, you just lop that off the side and bring that in there. And then, sorry, the blue will go all the way across and then that will go there.
Yeah.
So that's that. And then simply, probably take them all off and work from the top. Just do a straight stitch. So I'll put the first one on, and I hope really, we've had a whistle stop version there, but I hope really that you can kind of see just how it comes together.
It's given us a very good insight into it, and just sort of, I don't know, we're not scared of it, but you know, there will be somebody watching like we are sometimes on things, or have been before, where you are a bit afraid to take the leap, or you think, oh gosh, I don't know, you know, it's a word I like to use sometimes. Just
well, I wrote this,
you know.
and so I know how it's supposed to go. I wrote it, and I've got the sample for reference, but at home you don't. So,
but you do have the picture on the packaging, though. We've been glancing up at ours and we're thinking, what bit's next? You've got your front cover and everything.
Yeah, right then. So, simple as this. Whoops. Just a straight stitch near the top. If you think about it, this project up on your wall, it's not going to get any wear and tear. So it doesn't need to be industrially made.
Yeah.
And also, I quite like when the edges fluff a bit. I think that adds something.
Texture.
Yeah. So just go across near the edge, and that's it. That's secured now. I used a variegated thread on there. Now you could go across twice if you wanted to. Yeah. But that's that. Okay. So, and then just...
So you can see how we're quilting as we're going.
Yeah.
We're just putting the applicator
that's right, yeah.
It's getting quilted.
I machine tacked these layers together. Now in the pattern it says just hold with safety pins, but I thought, oh gosh, live TV, the safety pin will be where I want to sew, etc. So I just machine tacked, but which you could do as well. You see the line that I've just sewn goes here. That's quilted. Yeah. Now, just out of interest, because this is a bit baggy on the back, because we're doing it in a rush, blah blah blah. Do you know why, when you're layering a quilted project up, that you have all these things at different, they're not straight on the edge?
No, no, go on.
So the front here is the size that you want.
Yeah.
If all the layers were the size you wanted, and you made a baggy bit at the back, it would suck in that fabric from underneath and you wouldn't see it.
Okay.
And then you'd finish your project and you'd be going, oh my gosh, I need to do all that unpicking. Right, but this, if I draw some in from the side now, I don't care, because I'll cut it off and make a new edge. Okay. I can see that it's...
So you've got that leeway there.
So it's like a little insurance policy, and then you tidy it up at the end. So it might be that whatever you've done here, your background's gone a bit you know, wonky, we'll just take a new line, straighten it up.
Brilliant, isn't it? So you've got all this, you've got a couple of inches worth of leeway, and you know visually when you're doing your project, you've got an imaginary border around it.
That's right. So that's going to be that's going to be removed. Now, as this is quilt as you go, once you've done the background, if you wanted to, you could put your binding on at that point. There's nothing to stop you because everything else then just attaches onto the background. It's entirely up to you. You can bind at the end or you can bind once you've done this bit.
Okay.
So I thought, right, what we'll do, we'll have a little look. So on the winter one that we're doing, we've got pine cones, fir cones, whatever you want to call them, and we've got snowdrops and we've got birds. So the pine cones, nice 3D pine cones.
Yeah, they come out.
Took us ages. We were thinking, how the heck can we make some pine cones that are the right size? Do you want to see?
Yeah, go on.
They're really, really difficult.
Yeah, somebody tells me
difficult.
they might not be, but
so that's your
obviously coming
pine
up with the
cone
design was
strip.
harder. But yeah.
Right, just watch this. Oh, it's going to take ages.
Great acting, I love it.
Should have been on telly, shouldn't I?
So we're not, yeah.
Pine cone number 1.
Never. Is it not? But how about the rest of it though? Your
pine cone number 2.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So one strip of tweed.
Yeah. Pine cone number 3 coming up.
Yeah.
If you want to do more, and you can get them tighter.
Yeah.
So when we were thinking about...
How do they not uncommon tied? Sorry to interrupt you, but how do you...
Well, you're going to sew them.
Okay.
Right. So when we were thinking about the pine cones, we deliberately thought about, you know, the ones that are small and really hard, that you can't get bits out of if you tried, and we went for those.
Okay.
So, pull that tight.
3 knots in a long strip of tweed that you've got in your kit, obviously.
Pine cone 1, 2, 3.
3 pine cones.
3 pine cones, and then just stitch it to the background.
So just a few little bits of thread through it, and then to hold it in. And here it is on the actual project as well. There is one of our pine cones, and it's going to naturally fluff up a little bit and just get a nice bit of texture as well. We love it. That's on the winter set, which is really, really busy at the moment. I reckon we've got a few minutes left, Anthea, where we could look at the one day special again, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely.
That is why a lot of people will be tuning in, so it'd be good to show it. You've got the wall hangings, which we wanted to focus on for the morning, just because we wanted to give you something different. I mean, you know, if you want to watch any of the shows back on Rewind, they'll all have a different theme to them.
If you watch back on Rewind, I've done a couple of demonstrations on paper with a plique, and it's exactly the same method for the wall hangings as I've showed you for the other things. So do have a look at that.
Yeah, 6 p.m. There was the 8 o'clock show with Dave last night, TV's Dave Bradford, but then Anthea's back at 1 and 5 today, and you can watch this show again on Rewind. Have a look at the web. If you want to get hold of the winter, though, half the stock's already gone on the winter set. You can see it there. There's the Seasons wall hanging kit, and that's winter actually pictured. It's on FlexiBuy if you want to spread the cost, but it is half the stock gone on it, and it is a kit, so it's not very easy to get back and say, oh, yeah, we've got more available. Yeah, this is it available now as a kit. It's $39.99 plus delivery, and it's 14.5 inches by 22 inches. Full kit plus instructions for any of the seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So, I've just seen a man walking in who fits the description of the person that walked past earlier, apparently.
We'll have him.
With, somebody, apparently there was somebody that walked through the set holding a Happy New Year bunting.
Is that what it said?
Apparently, we've heard reports from local news. It did say that. I hope it said that. Anyway, so, a man matching that description has just walked in, so stay tuned for the next hour. The Woodland Friends, I love that. Katie, our producer, she's like, Woodland Friends is nearly limited. It's like New Year's Day, like I'm stifling a yawn. Woodland Friends is nearly limited. She didn't know. She's very professional. Wow. She stifled it. But Woodland Friends is nearly limited. That's your design?
I feel really honoured that you like it. Yeah. Really honoured. Thank you very much.
Very difficult to choose this morning, though, isn't it? We're choosing 6 out of the 15. I don't know. I mean, Is it cruel of me to say which ones would you go for this morning, Anthea?
Well, I don't know. You see, I like the hummingbirds because it reminds me of my dad.
Yes.
I like the herons I like them all. There's sentiment in practically every one of those designs for me.
Yeah, I mean, look, a Ribble Stalker, yeah, that's one of Katie, our producer's favourites as well. But for you, Anthea, I understand that comment. You said there's sentiment in all of them for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, there's something that it might remind you of, or you might just love the design. Hochanda Tote is one of Jimmy, our director's favourites as well.
And I'll tell you what I've noticed as well. When people buy patterns, they buy according to the colours.
Yeah.
That's on the front. Now, if you're buying a pattern, you don't have to make it in those colours. Yeah. And often when people come to me at shows and they've changed the colours, and I'm like, no, yours is better than mine. I'm not having this at all. I can get a bit sulky, really.
So toy with it, play with it, make it up how you want. You know, it might be pictured in one way with tweed or cotton. You've got one of your earlier designs here, Flutter by Butterfly.
Definitely.
With your cotton. But tweed is the direction that you've gone in with quilting.
Now, that one was also done as a purple cushion.
Okay, purple would work.
Purples, yeah.
Do you know what? When we actually broke this down and looked at it earlier, you know, this 9-patch, half square triangles, applique with the butterfly, and then your Suffolk punch as well.
Yeah.
Suffolk puff, sorry.
Yeah.
Suffolk punch, I think, is I think is that a drink or something, or
It
is
sounds
it a
refreshing.
horse? It's either it's either a summery drink with like pims and lots of ice, or it's a big horse. Say which one it is. Apparently, it's a big horse that ploughs fields, says Katie, our producer.
I quite like the idea of pims, really.
Yeah, shame it's not a summery drink. All the facts with Katie, our producer. But yeah, you've got a lot going on with this one.
Yeah. It's a really good taster. So if you know somebody who's considering sampling patchwork, go for that one because it's. And if you open it up,
go on, let's open
all
it.
the instructions. It's broken down in photographs as well.
Okay. So you've got your instructions here, but the actual meat of it, that's your front cover. That's what you've got inside. So it takes you through photo by photo. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There we are. In stages.
We don't always do photographs, but on this one, because it's a beginner's one, we thought it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, just to break it down stage by stage,
yeah.
Take it easy that way. See how the butterfly breaks down. There's your circle for the Suffolk puff, also. And then you got your front cover with what you're aiming for.
Do you know what?
Yeah, go on.
These photographs, that's the purple version.
Oh yeah, you said that. You said it had been made up in a purple, so that's the front cover photography. But there we go, purples and oranges.
Yeah. So same thing, different
vibe, different feel.
Different vibe. Yeah, let's get down with the kids.
Yeah, it's a bit like doing a 6 o'clock show with Matt and an 8 o'clock show with Dave. So different. It's a different vibe, isn't it?
I'm not sure where you're going there.
Well, generally the 8 o'clock show with Dave is better. It's more professional. Yeah, always.
But I did like ours.
Always. I loved our 6 o'clock show.
Don't tell Dave though, will you? No.
I loved our 6 o'clock show last night. But if we're talking professionalism and quality, Dave's got it. Yes. So order now on your one-day special. You've got 6 there for the price of 3. It's a good saving, and you've got other kits to choose from as well. Anthea, we'll see you at 1 as well.
I'll see you, and thank you very much.
Happy New Year. Yeah, just sneaked in a Happy New Year. Would you like to say one now, Anthea, as well?
Happy New Year!
Thank you. Crafty UK coming up with Andy and TV's Dave. You've also got Tonic Happy Hour deals and New Year Essentials with Dawn Bibby.
Fabric Stabilizer creates firmer fabric, making it easy to handle and is also perfect for die-cutting projects. Fabric Shield is a powerful fine mist fabric protector which protects from dirt, oil and even repels water, and also helps keep fabric soft without altering the colouring. To add these to your sewing kit or to stock up, please check out at hochanda.com.
Hello, I'm Phil Martin. I'm a member of the Creative Expressions team. Sentimentally Yours is my brand of photopolymer and rubber stamps, and I also have my paper pads and Cosmic Shimmer products that coordinate perfectly. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on Hochanda, so please join me for my show where I can share some of my hints and tips with you.
Marie Curie is the UK's leading charity for people living with any terminal illness. Hochanda have partnered with Marie Curie to bring you a very special watercolour challenge. Marie Curie nurses work day and night in people's homes and in the charity's hospices, providing hands-on care and vital emotional support to help families make the most of the time they have left. It's their information and support services which are a lifeline for people affected by a terminal diagnosis. Being a cause close to our hearts, Hochanda wanted to support this wonderful charity. So, on the 25th of January at 12 o'clock, you will have the opportunity to take part in our live watercolour challenge with Matthew Palmer and two very special celebrity guests, broadcaster Penny Smith and comedian Jenny Eclair. Matthew will spend an hour teaching everyone how to paint a daffodil and finding out more from our guests about Marie Curie and its important work. In the run-up to this event, you'll be able to purchase your watercolour kit so you can paint along, and Hochanda will donate 100% of the profits from the watercolour kits to Marie Curie. Simply go to www.hochanda.com/daffodil for more details and purchase your kit. We are so excited to be in partnership with Marie Curie. I hope you can join me, Matthew Palmer and our two very special celebrity guests on the 25th of January at 12 o'clock.
Hello, good morning, welcome, Happy New Year. Apologies for my voice.
Happy New Year.
Andy, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I thought I had a bit of a cold, but I'm much better than you.
I feel fine, it's just my voice doesn't feel so good. But anyway, nice to have your company. Hope you had a good New Year's Eve, and welcome to our next show here on Hochanda. Now, Andy, what is it you specialise in? Templates, yeah?
So we make acrylic templates.
Right.
We found a niche in the market that they weren't being made in this country, and strongly believe in making in Britain, and so we set up a company to do it, and it's gone from strength to strength. There's you know, we found that there's much more that can be done than what we originally set out to do. So.
Yeah, and every time Andy comes here, the shows get busier and busier and busier. And we've got some fantastic shapes in the show today, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a lot of our nested shapes, and we've got them on a special. So normally, you know, they're sort of like, you know, $11.99 each, but if you buy 3, you only pay for 2, so you get one free.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, but we've also got the Drunkard's Path as well, which is here in the show today, and this is a big size of the version that's been popular.
Yeah, so we've done this in several different sizes. This is a 5-inch version, so it's actually cuts from a square that's 5.5 inches, and it's got 2 pieces to it. You've got an L and you've got a semicircle, and you sew the 2 together to make a block. Yeah. And then by putting these blocks together, you can make lots of different patterns. It gets its, you know, sort of nickname Drunkard's Path because it will make a zigzag path there, and the quilt that's behind us in the middle.
And that's behind us, hung up here. That gives you an idea of the sort of thing you can do with it, which is really...
That's just some of the various patterns that you can do. I mean, there are quite literally hundreds of different ways you can put together. I mean, that's only got 2 colours. Yeah. You start introducing several different colours, and so the world's your oyster, and there's just thousands, limitless ways you can put it together. So
well, it's here today. It's only £9.99 as opposed to £13.99, so £4 off the price. It's 377112 your item number, and then next we've got the pick and mix. Now you can pick any. Is it 2? Any 3?
Any 3.
Any 3 of these you can pick at a great reduced price as well, coming up on the screen for you. So you're saving £12. You're getting one of them for nothing, basically, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. So we've got in there, we've got 3 different shapes of heart. We've got a square, a diamond, a triangle, and a pentagon. Now the triangle and the pentagon are new this time, so they haven't been in the pick and mix before, because we have had the pick and mix on, but we've added, so like this pentagon and a triangle. So the pentagon, we've made a ball out of it.
I love this. Look at this.
And a bowl.
There you go. Look.
So we will be showing you how to make the ball a bit later, and the bowl is pretty much the same, but instead of putting the points when you sew the 2 sets together, you put the points to point as opposed to tucking them in. So it's virtually the same number of pentagons. It's just slightly different the way you sew them together.
I mean, that's great to put maybe chocolates in or nuts in or something like that, or fruit.
Different bowl, and this has got a stiffener in that this is what you put in bags to keep them solid. So I've just used the actual pentagon template to draw around that and cut the actual shape out, and then we sewed it together, left a little hole, painstakingly fed it in.
Well, that could be a bedside table organiser as well, with loose change,
and,
keys.
you know, and the fact that you're doing it in fabric, so you can make it match the rest of your house, can't you? You match your cushions, match your decor as well, as opposed to, you know, for adding to it. So.
Totally. So choose any three. You only pay for two. So it's $23.97. You can choose between the hexagons, the squares, the hearts, different shaped hearts, also the circle templates, the triangles, 60-degree triangles, and the nested pentagons as well. 304-383 is your item number there for £23.97. Now, anyone that knows me knows I love a stag. I've got a stag shirt, I've got stag items at home and images at home. This is our stag template that we got for you, and there's two stags in here, a large one and a small one too.
We always like to utilise the acrylic wherever possible, so the fact that there's a big gap in the front of the stag, so we thought, well, we'll put a little one in there, so rather than just have a solid piece of acrylic, there's a tiny one in there. So here is the tiny one.
That's really
and then
cute.
You can just see above the price tag what it was, is there the larger one is in the background in the same colours, so that's the small one.
Can you use these with machines or not really?
Not so much the stags, because you wouldn't get the foot in and around that, because it's too intricate to get a to get one of them sewn.
But the larger shapes you could.
The larger shapes you can, but you could draw around this with one of those fabric pens onto your fabric, and then sew on the line. So there's nothing to say you can't quilt a stag into your quilt with it. It's just you couldn't actually use one of the feet to follow for that particular one. You could the elephant. And you could several of the nested shapes.
Mixes, yeah.
You could use the hexagon, the diamonds. You can use the inside, the outside. And so yes, you can use them for that.
Not surprisingly, the stag sold out first time it was on air. So if you missed it first time, it's back in stock today. £11.99. You get two of them, and that's £11.99. 551182. Then we've also got, of course, the elephant for you with the trunk up for good luck, which is important. Yes. It is important.
So we had, so this is we've had to do a replacement one, because as lots of people that know us, we lost our vehicle last year. Someone borrowed it from a car park while we were in the middle of a show without permission. And unfortunately there were several quilts in there. So we lost our big one of these. So this is our smaller replacement of it. So, but the people will remember who saw it on the show last time. We had a big one with 9 elephants on.
Right,
so
right.
We've quickly made this to replace, as we have several of the other things. Also, we've got some, when we come to the hearts again, we've got some hearts that were made by someone else as a gift to us as a replacement for
Beautiful.
for the things
Well,
that went
really cute with a trunk up. I always say that trunk up means good luck. That's what I was told in jewellery terms. So you've got the trunk up on this one as well. And in true good value fashion, you've actually got a couple of extra little bits in there as well, so that none of the acrylic is wasted. You've actually got a couple of little bits in the middle,
So
haven't you?
we've made the ear, so the ear comes out.
Yeah.
And also the foot. The foot is separate, so you can have, so you can do the foot in a different colour if you wanted to. You don't have to do the foot as all the same, or you could take the foot off and just have it as the side view of an elephant where you only see the 2 feet. So.
Brilliant. Well, that is only £11.99. Very good value for money. 571250 your item number, and that's a 6-inch elephant. Then we go on to next our Westie or Scotty. Or Westie or Scotty, could be either.
So it's based on there's a dog called Mac. So we have a friend called Angela who lives in Plymouth who makes some of our quilts for us.
Right.
And she has this dog. So we've sort of like took that because it's her best friend. I mean, it must get it's pride of place in the house, and pull the husband, but but Matt comes first, I believe. I think he'll readily admit that. So.
Why not? Why not? Now the thing is, with this Westie or Scotty, you've got a little cushion behind us to show you. You can actually have his character. He's got 2 faces basically. You can move the face to whatever position you like, so it looks like he's kind of listening to what you're saying.
One of the things we looked about him, and they tilt their heads when they when they want something. They're like
when they're listening to you,
please. Yeah. So the head is actually separate from the body, so you can actually put the head, you applique the head on at different angles, which gives it a different sort of like character as to whether it's listening to you or whether it's begging. And then in the middle of the template is a bone or half a bone.
Yeah.
So you can put that hanging out of the mouth, a heart, and then the tongue. because you might want the tongue hanging out, you might not want the tongue.
If he's hungry or whatever.
It's removable, as in, you know, you can add it, you can cut it into a different colour to applique it on. So
it's so cute, so sweet. If you want this, this is sold out before as well. £11.99, and again, the head is totally separate, so you can position it to whatever angle you want. Plus, of course, you've got the tongue and you've got the bone for £11.99. 043083, you write a number there. And then finally, down the end here, we've got the egg. Now, that's a really unusual shape to actually do, isn't it?
I mean, with Easter is not that far away.
Wishing the year away.
I must. As soon as Christmas is over, I think they put cream eggs in the shop, don't they? So
I think they do. Yeah.
They replace the Christmas chocolates with that. So yeah, an egg is a very odd shape. It's very difficult unless you're a wonderful artist. It's something that's very difficult to draw.
It's a hard shape to do
because it's basically an ellipse with a circle on the bottom, but that is not quite perfect. If you do that, it doesn't work out. But a computer seems to manage to have a program that does it. So we were able to create an egg shape very easily, and then obviously we cut it into acrylic, so you can draw around it, you can cut round it, so you can do lots of things with it. So.
Sure. Well, we've got our nested eggs here today for £11.99. Maybe you're thinking about Easter now. Crafters kind of think about three months ahead, don't they?
You need to be ahead. I mean, that's where's the reason for the hearts. Valentine's Day is even closer than Easter.
Yeah, totally.
For a time to do things like that. So.
Okay. Well, if you like yours, £11.99, 806 080. You write a number for the nested egg from Crafty UK. Just under £12. Now, the website's got everything that's available in the show. Have a little look at hochanda.com. There you go. All the templates are there for you. Great deals. And remember, the pick and mix you can do either on the website, you can do with the operator as well. The operator can help you out if you want to give them a call, 01733 602 2000, or you can do it on the website, hochanda.com. Also, we've got the fantastic tonic scissors there. Lots of other books and ideas as well. If you're into your soft crafting, there's loads there to enjoy. So have a little look at hochanda.com. Now, we're going to start off with our pentagon, which is making the ball and also making the ball cup as well. I love that. Maybe on the bedside cabinet. That's a great idea, that.
Yes, yes.
It's really cute. And a nice little hat. No, maybe not. There you go. Ball and cup. So you're going to show us how to make this, yeah?
So yes. So the nested set of pentagons. So there's 5 in the set.
Yeah.
A simple way of use. They're all separate. But when you're trying to use that, if you place that onto your fabric and trying to hold that to cut round, your fingers are really close to a rotary cutter, which is never a good idea, no matter how steady you are. So we advise a little piece of masking tape, not sellotape. Sellotape sticks to them and leaves a residue. Even if you put it on and peel it off within a few minutes, sellotape always still leaves a residue.
Leaves it tacky, yeah.
Masking tape, or you get decorating tape, frog tape, anything that goes on and peels off and doesn't leave that mark is much better. Also, when you peel it off, you might put the things under strain. They are quite strong, but you don't want to twist. If you twist them too much, obviously they are acrylic and they will snap. You know.
Yeah.
So masking tape holds them together. This allows you to pick it up and put it down. If I was only using the middle 2 or something, I'd just mask them 2 together. So now I can place that on there nice and easily. I can position it. If I want to fussy cut it, if I actually have a pattern on here that I particularly want to be in the centre, I can see through enough to fussy cut it. Lay it there. I can put my hand down on it. My fingers are nowhere near the rotary cutter, and I can then cut it out. And that's simple. That I tend to turn my mat around.
And always cut away from you as well.
Yep. So there we have, nice and simple, to cut a pentagon out.
Perfect, yeah.
So now we made the ball, we put in a substance called bosal.
Right.
To give it a bit more of a pattern, although it's
and that's a wadding, is it?
That's the wadding. There's wadding inside it, but the outer bit has actually got something on it as well. So we've actually got this on it.
Okay.
So the whole thing has got a bit more impact to it as well.
Yep.
So this is how we've made these. So we've taken the next one down. So you've got your template there. So we've taken the next one out.
What do they do? Go down in 1/4 inch increments?
Yeah, it's got a. So you've actually got a 1/2 inch one, so that's 1/2 inch dot to dot, so 1/2 inch sides. Then you've got a 1 inch one,
so you've got a pin 1/2 inch,
a 2 1/2. So a half, a 1, a 1 1/2, a 2, and a 2 1/2.
Right.
Let's get that right. Because the first set we made, I forgot. I moved because I designed all these, and I moved the text across, and we set the first lot running and set the first sheet, and then looked at them and go, oh, we've got 2 1 1/2s.
Oh, right.
Because I'd copied the text over but not actually altered it. So,
right.
So if we take that take that out of there. So we've now got the middle one that we want. So that's the next one down. So we're going to place this on this substance here. This is called Bosal, and a lot of people will find this. This is double-sided fusible Bosal.
Well, this is on our website if you want it. I know quite a few suppliers to us here at Hochanda bring this to us. You can just search for Bosal, you'll find it on the website.
Yeah, so it's a great stiffener for bags, and because you can sew straight through it as well. So it was lovely for this project. So I'm just going to, I've used the next size down, which is actually fractionally smaller than 1/4 of an inch. Because the dots on it, there's dots here, and they mark the actual 1/4 of an inch inside.
Right.
Because we're going inside and we're wrapping round the Bosal, we want a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. So really, we need sort of like 3/8. So this is sort of like perfect just to do that. So now we're going to bond that to this. So we'll just turn this over. So now we can use the template again. Use the large one. Place the Bosal in the middle.
Now, in the pick and mix, the nested pentagon is the busiest one, the most popular one, the option, and you can choose any 3 you want for £23.97, which is amazing value.
Yep. So you say you're getting 1 free. So we've placed that on the middle there. Now I'm going to hold that, and I'm just lifting that off. So that's positioned that dead centre, because otherwise I'd be positioning it. If I want it on there, and I'm trying to position it like that, but I actually want the iron on the other side. So now when I turn it over, I can't actually necessarily see whether I've got it in the middle, but by using the template, I can guarantee that I've got it in the middle.
That's good.
So that's sitting in the middle, iron on, and that's fused to it. It doesn't need much more. The more you use an iron on this stuff, the more runny the glue becomes, and it actually tends to move around. And
So
if
you only kind of kissed it, really, didn't you?
If you find that it's not sticking, it's because it's usually because it's too hot.
Right.
It's not because it's not hot enough, because you actually only need a little bit. And don't be worried about, because I've only gone over it like that, heat hasn't gone through to this side, because this is fusible as well.
Right.
And if you put the iron on and left it, the whole lot would get hot,
And would
that
stick to
would
the-
fuse to your thing as well.
Right.
So don't worry about that, because that. So then now I'm just going to tuck this along the edge. So this is how I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to fold that on there, and I'm just going to go round.
Now, this iron, by the way, you'll find on our website as well.
Yep, you find these.
It's the prim iron, isn't it?
The prim iron, yep. Very useful little iron to take away. When if you're ironing something large, there's no mistake, and you need a full-size iron. But when most of your fabric, the little bits you're doing is you sew 2 bits together. This is an ideal iron just to have at the side. So we're just going round, sealing the edges on, like that.
Well, I can't believe how little time you're spending with the iron on the actual fabric.
Say the more, if I spend too long, I often do this at home. I do it with a bigger iron because it's the one that's always out, and I often find I actually need to push that down and wait for it to cool to let the glue set.
Right.
So we've got one there, so we're just going to make another one.
Yep.
So we've got 2 to sew together.
And how many does it take to actually make the ball? 2.
So there should be 12 there to make the ball.
And this is what, toy stuffing in here, is it?
That's toy stuffing in there, and also the fact that we've got the Bosal around the outside just gives it a little bit more texture to it.
And also it's 6 of the pentagons that make this little dish. So if you fancy making fabric dishes, maybe for the bedside cabinet, or an organiser dish, maybe in the lounge or something.
6 inside and 6 outside.
Of course, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it's exactly the same number. It's to say it's made the same way as the ball, but put together slightly differently.
Sure.
So that's there. So we'll just there's a bit. So once again, that sits nicely in the middle. Piece of fabric lines up with the template. Pick it up without moving it. Iron on, and then we just fold the edges over.
It's very quick. The templates make it so easy.
So there's, we haven't even used a sewing machine at the moment, which is great because I'm fine with a sewing machine, but I'm a designer, and I had to learn a lot to sew to be able to come on and demonstrate things to start with. I just thought, I'll just bring my templates on the telly and away we go. And I was going, well, how do you use them? How do you do them? Oh dear. Well, I know how to use them, but now I've actually got to explain to people, so I have to
demonstrate as well.
I have to demonstrate, so I have to learn a bit more. So there we are. So we've got two like that. Now, I've found that there's only so many you can sew together on the machine, but I've found with a cross stitch, you can actually sew these together on the machine, because otherwise you'd be putting these together and you'd be hand sewing all this here like this. But I found that I can actually put two together in here.
Straight stitch or zigzag?
I've got a zigzag stitch, so I'm going to pick up both halves, and I'm going to just zigzag across there like that. And simple as that, as I'm picking two together, because as I said, the bowsel you can sew through.
And just to let you know, while Andy's doing that, just to let you know that the stag, by the way, the stag template, 30% of the stock of this is gone, and you've got the small stag as well as the large stag, remember. So if you fancy having maybe stags on your cushions at home or whatever, get in touch with us now for that one. 551182. Also the Westie with the movable head, 35% of the stock of the Westie is gone as well. So very, very busy and very popular for both of those. If you want the Westie one, though, it's coming up on the screen. It's 043 083 £11.99 is all you pay for that. It's really adorable.
Yeah. I mean, it's and it's the line. You've got all the lines in it, so you can actually do all the characteristics as you saw on the one on there. You've got the line where the leg goes up, because otherwise it's just sort of like it's a silhouette. No matter what fabric you do it in, it's still only a silhouette until you do all the characteristics and all the bits, the little bits above the eyes, so the eyebrows and stuff, they're all in there. So you can just sew all these lines on, which finishes it off, which is what makes the thing look how
if I just show you the cushion, because I mean, seeing the template's all well and good, but seeing the cushion as to what it actually does is absolutely adorable. Look at that.
So yeah, so you've got the line to position, so you can sew. It's only just a single line of thread, and the piece for the ears, and the eyes, and the little bits where it comes up for the legs. That's what gives it what makes it look like that's fur that's fluffed up. And
so in white it's a Westie, but in black it would be a Scottie, wouldn't it?
It's got which we have got a back.
Oh yeah, back at the back. Yeah, I didn't realise that. There we are. Look, there's a Scottie. Look, so same in black, whichever suits you best, really.
So there, the head's actually been done totally off the body.
Yeah.
So it's been made longer, because the head you can position it exactly where you want. There's no right and wrong place. Well, there is a wrong. You can't put it on the other end.
No, exactly. That would look a bit odd.
but yeah, you can put it wherever you want.
Now we've got a massive spike on the phones for this. Now I think a lot of people are waking up from the festivities thinking, "Oh, I want one of those." Half the stock has gone nearly. £11.99. That's the Westie or Scottie, depending on what colour you do it in. I reckon that's going to sell out in this hour. Have you got 2 hours today?
Okay, I've got second hour. I'm on it. Again at 2 o'clock with Janice.
I don't reckon this is going to be in the second show. So just to give you a warning, £11.99 if you like that one.
Make more stock quickly, I think.
Maybe.
So yes, we've sewn them two together. So now you can build up your hexagon. So you can put, you can sew another one onto there, one onto there, one onto there. Once you start to go past that point, because I said hexagon, it's a pentagon. Once you go past that point, they're now going to start to fold up. Now you can manipulate it in the machine a bit like that, because it will squish, and you can actually hold it through. So there is so many, you can get so far with it, but at some point you have to actually sew the rest together by hand.
I do love it as a fabric dish like this. I think it's fantastic. But also, if you want to make the ball, you can do with the pentagons as well. This is in your pick and mix, so you can choose any 3 for the price of 2, basically, for £23.97. So you're saving £12 off the price. We'll remind you of what the options are in just a second, but here's the website. It's got everything that's in the show today. So there we are. There's the stag, and we've got, of course, the Westie or the Scottie there as well. All of that there for... just go to the website, hochanda.com. You'll see everything. We've got the tonic scissors there as well. We've got all sorts there for you. We've got the eggs, the nesting egg templates there too. All from Andy and all produced in the UK. Now, the pick and mix that we got for you is amazing value for money. You've got any 3 for the price of 2. Now, you can choose any of the hearts. We've got 3 different types of hearts. We've got kind of the fat heart, the thin heart, the heart that's kind of leaning slightly as well. And also we've got, as well as that, we've got the squares and we've got the pentagons there as well. So any 3 of these you choose for £23.97. So there are the hearts at the end there. So you've got 3 different types of heart. maybe you just want those 3, that's absolutely fine. Or if you want the circles, the nested 60-degree triangles is brand new. The nested pentagons are brand new as well. You've got the hexagons and you've got the squares too. Any 3 you like for £23.97, and that's a saving of £12 off the price.
So these are some of the cushion covers that were made by, this is Abby Ann, she's a textile artist in Cornwall, so this is her St Austell's group. Fantastic. And they made all of these for us. So this is the curved heart. So 2 have been put together to make it look like a butterfly.
Love it.
Which it does look like a butterfly.
It does, totally.
You know, it's just, you imagine, just because they're a heart, you twist shapes fit into other things. So there's that one.
And of course, a few hearts actually joined together make a flower.
So here, this is the long heart round the outside, with again the curved heart in the middle, making the butterfly.
Beautiful.
We have all long hearts here. These are all been just cut out and appliqued on. I say just cut out. It's not, with skill from the ladies from St Austell.
With skill and precision.
My words sometimes don't do it justice. I think. Yeah, so they, just applique some on. Sometimes less is fine. You have the gaps in them. Here, this is the standard heart.
With a small heart cut out.
Once again, people forget that they don't have to be solid, because you've got the nested ones inside. You can actually, cut them out and have a hole through. So, to do them. So here you've got different ones of them. This is a mix and match cushion. So here I think we have all 3. So we have the long heart, the standard heart, and the curved heart. Here they've nested them on top of each other.
I mean, those hearts in that sort of shape almost looks like it's floating in the breeze.
Yeah. It's like a balloon floating away. Yes.
Beautiful.
And here, nested in. I normally nest them and put them dead on top of each other. This is why it's always good to see someone else's take on it.
Absolutely.
Because I wouldn't have thought of nesting them like that, point to point, or tip to tip.
And equally, I wouldn't have thought of doing this with them either.
No, so that's another.
This is lovely.
Another one there, and they've even finished it off and done a large heart shape. So then we've got going round. All
gorgeous.
hearts.
So you choose any 3, you only pay for 2. So one of them is absolutely free for you. Is it going to be the new ones today, which are the pentagons, and also, of course, the 60-degree triangle? That's also brand new today. They come in little DVD cases too, so they all kind of stay nice and neat, and you know exactly where everything is. But we've also got the hexagons, we've got the circles, we've got the squares, and we've got the floating hearts, all 3 of the hearts, actually. And you choose any 3 for £23.97.
Does it? Curved hearts with a hole with the aperture in again as well.
Love it. Yep.
I think, and then the last one, you wouldn't leave one lady out. So anyway, here is another one, long hearts and stuff. So
beautiful. That's a pick and mix, which is proving very, very popular. A big spike on our phones right now. So if you want to use the website to avoid any queues, that would be a good idea. Hochanda.com will get you through to the website, and you can choose what images or what templates you like. Any 3, you'll only be charged £23.97, saving you £12 off the price. Now the stag, which I must admit is my favourite, because it is my favourite image. I've got a shirt with stags on. Anything with stags I absolutely adore. We've got that, and it's 2 templates in one, because basically the main head of the stag would be kind of wasted acrylic. So what Andy and his team have done is actually carved another one out of the front of the face. So you've actually got a small stag and you've got the large stag as well. Draw around it. You wouldn't be able to get a machine round there easily, so draw around it, and then you can of course stitch it, or you can do whatever you wish.
Cut them out, applique them on, like I say, or you could just sew a stag, in either a bold cotton or as just in the background, because sometimes, quilts, you look at them and all that, they're lovely, and then when you actually get close to them, you see more, because there's more in the stitching and everything that you don't see from a distance. So.
Well, over 40% of the stock has gone. This is on this, I suppose it's like a mini table run that we've got here, or wall hanging. Yeah. But you can see it behind Andy on the set at the back of the studio here, the larger one. On a cushion, that would look fantastic. It really, really would.
We've got one on a cushion.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So we have done the one on a cushion, and we didn't put anything. You could put eyes or stuff on this if you wanted, but we felt that the stag silhouette was, how we saw it. That's how we liked it. But obviously people's preference, if they wanted to add a bit more facial features to it. So.
Well, I'm thinking of Anthea's tweed as well. The tweed with a stag is just perfect.
Oh,
so if you're going for that,
I mean, and if I know Christmas is over, been and gone behind us, but you could always put red nose on
here.
here.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, so that's the stack, and you get 2 templates in there for only £11.99. That's probably going to sell out, I reckon, maybe even before the next show. And then the next one is the most adorable Oh no, it's the elephant, isn't it? Next, the elephant with the trunk up. We're going to get to the Scotty in a second. There's the baby elephant with his trunk up. Difficult to see because obviously it's a clear template, but that's the image that you're going to be getting. And you've got the separate ear and also the separate foot.
Separate foot. If I get the one from behind here,
yeah,
you should see. Oh, that's been done the same as well. No, I don't think we haven't got one with a separate foot because we did have. First, to have behind us somewhere here. There you can see the elephants going round the circle.
Oh yeah, in the corner.
They've all got different colour feet, so the foot is corresponding to the one behind, and the ear is corresponding to the one in front.
Oh, great.
So you've got the option of having that foot
so it kind of follows on.
Follows on. Now this is another elephant one. Now this is
tweed.
Cashmere.
Oh, is it?
It's cashmere. So we went to last year. It's last year now. We went to a factory in Scotland. And we bought some cashmere. We could only afford a scrap bag because this is £150 a metre.
Wow, really?
So we bought a scrap bag that cost us £40 for the scrap bag.
But you can tell though the feel of this is amazing.
It's lovely feel, and we just wanted to make something with it. And the elephants, this seemed to be an ideal thing, you know, because you would put this down and stroke this, and you know, and nice. So once again, the ears are separate, and saying the foot is in. And
the trunk is up, which is important. Trunk up, good luck. That's what they all say. So there's your template to do that if you would like it. It's only £11.99. And then the ever so adorable Scotty or Westie, call it what you will. It's both actually, depending on which colour you do it in. And the head is completely separate to the body, so you can have it with its head tilting, so it looks like it's kind of thinking about what you're saying. It's just adorable. It really is. And this cushion sums it up a treat. 85% of the stock has gone. I know our Dawn Bibby, who's here a bit later on, she had a Westie, and I'm sure she'd fall in love with this if she saw it. Look at that. Isn't that great? You had a Scotty, didn't you? Westie? Westie. Happy New Year! It's adorable, absolutely adorable. Look, tongue out, bone in the mouth, head tilted to one side. That template will allow you to do all of that and more.
Yes, I mean, I say it just, you know, it's you start on these things and you do a prototype and we cut one out and then we play with it and then you see that, oh, because the head was attached to start with.
Yeah. And
then I cut out and I thought, oh, and I think I snipped the head off and twisted it and thought, well, let's make the template. I like that, you know. Let's not have the people, you know, have to do that, you know, so they can, you know, they can do that too if they want to. They don't have to think about it. It's already, the option is already there and shown to you. So.
Well, Andy, it's limited stock. If you want it, there's less than 10% of the stock left at £11.99. 043083. If you would like it, it's from Andy in Crafty UK. It's the Westie that's adorable, absolutely adorable. And then finally at the end here, we've got the eggs, the nesting eggs. A difficult shape to do unless you've got the right template for it. So this is a perfect one for Easter, obviously, but any time of the year. You can actually kind of crack the egg if you want to as well, have it separate. But you're getting it, how many templates are in there? 1, 2, 5. 5 templates in total.
So you've got that little one that, you know, if you wanted to, you know, if you've done like a chicken or something, you can have little ones around the edge and then a larger one here. Here we've done the lettering. The lettering is on in this afternoon's show, so that actually is on the
website.
It's on our web. It's on the website. But let's say we'll have that on the show this afternoon.
Okay, great. So that's coming up later this afternoon. But if you want it now, have a little look at hochanda.com. You'll be able to see it there in advance of the show later. £11.99 then for the nested eggs. 806 080 your item number. Everything else that's available from Andy in this show and the later one today will be at our website hochanda.com. And there's the egg-shaped templates. Okay, get 5 of those in there for £11.99. So only about £1.50 each, roughly, or no, £2.50 each. Yeah. Very good value for money indeed. Okay, now we're going to come back to demo number 2, which is going to feature the egg templates. And, yeah, everything is on the website if you want to have a little look. Great value for money.
So,
oh, I like what you're doing here. Bacon and eggs, or eggs and bacon.
This is the egg and bacon. This is the type of egg I like because I have to admit, and those that know me, I'm a chocoholic. So
okay.
You know, so like there is no substitute. You know, I would eat it for breakfast, dinner and tea, I'm afraid. Wouldn't do me good a healthy diet, but no. So Christmas this time of year it's lovely because there's chocolate and food everywhere, isn't
and everything goes, everything's fine.
It's acceptable to eat, you know, chocolate for breakfast.
Exactly, yeah.
The fact that I do it all year round is like irrelevant. But, so like I say, so once again, so they're all nested inside each other. So to cut round, to draw round, you can actually, if I get a, pop my pin out. you can actually cut round these with a rotary cutter. So if I place that in there, they are actually, if you cut round the outside, if you're careful, they will actually go. Because you can lean the blade in.
Right.
Some people will, you know, not like doing this because it will they slip too much, but therefore they've got the option of drawing round it. You know, it's up to you. It's how you get on with a rotary cutter.
Yeah, if you want to draw around
you know,
it and then do it with scissors, it's fine.
It's entirely up to you. So there, you know, you can cut that out. Now, if I'd have put Bonder web or something on the back of that, that could be appliqued straight on.
Yep.
Or you can use the stick and spray. A lot of people don't like Bonder web because it's there's still a film there of glue, so people don't always like that. So a little bit of stick and spray, or you could just pin it in place and then you applique it round there. So it's entirely up to you. I'm a great lover of Bonder web because it's nice and quick, and we never have enough time to make samples.
Well, stick and spray will be on our website as well. That's under Crafter's Companion, and that's the repositionable adhesive for fabric. So that's there.
We finished making samples at 10 o'clock last night.
Did you really?
So
wow.
So that's you know, that's us, because there's always something else you're thinking of, and oh yeah, we could take that on you.
Well, you were watching because you were emailing in last night.
Yeah, we were watching you and Anthea, and we were in our gym jams.
Really?
we were going to email a picture in, but we chose not to. So here we're going to do just something a little bit different. So I've cut out the egg.
Andy, just to let everyone know, there's 3.5-minute queues on the phones at the moment, so please, if you could use the website, apologies for my voice, hochanda.com, that's the website. There won't be any queues, otherwise, if you're on the phones, we'll get to you as soon as we can. We've got as many operators in today as we possibly could, but there is a queue of about 3 minutes at the moment.
So we've got Bonder web on the back. I've drawn round and cut my egg out. So we scratch through this to peel that off. So to do something a little bit different here, so I've cut a little bit out of it.
Right.
Now I've put a bit of the yellow, which will go behind as well, which I've just, I lost my pin. So peel that off as well. So this bit has just been done freehand. So I'm going to position the egg where I want the egg. Then I'm going to position the bit that goes behind it to make sure it's in the right place and it covers up everything it wants to. I think it's going to go somewhere about there.
So that's the yolk of the egg falling out,
that's the yolk of the egg falling out. So
nice.
And iron on. Instantly, say, in place, and then position that on there. We'll have the egg slightly at an angle. So then again, just positioned it again, and then I thought it needed a little bit of a bow. So once again, I just freehanded a little bit of bow. I mean, if you're no good, I mean, I'm definitely no good at drawing. I draw on a computer, because computer is so much better. So like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not, I'm certainly not a great artist.
Not a freehand artist.
You know what I take for the shapes and stuff we do. I find a file of it. I put that in the computer, and then I adjust it in the computer. So I take the so my drawing is done like that. So because that's my
technical drawing.
That's the way technical drawing is me. So say if you wanted a bow, all you've got to do is you go on the web, print one off, you place it on your, place it on the. You could cut out the bow, stick it to the back of on the Bonder web, and then just cut on the line of your drawing. So it's very easy to get, something like that. So
you could actually put a 3-dimensional bow on the front of the egg as well.
If you wanted, you could put one. Actually get some ribbon and actually make a bow that actually stands out, can't you? So so we've just positioned that in there, and then again put that on, and then that would just need applique to hold in place. Now, so a lot of people, you can applique all the way round, or you can do as we've done on the bacon. We've just sewn in it, so there's enough to hold it on. Depends what you're doing with it. If it's only going as a wall hanging, this is not going to fall off. If you're going to put this in a washing machine, you need to applique round the edge to secure it firmly.
Sure.
Otherwise, you know, it's going to peel off. But then Bondaweb tends to, if it has come off, an iron on it, and it's back on, and it's good for another 6-8 months anyway. Depends on what you're doing. I mean, something like this. This was designed to be like a placemat at Easter. So you've got your egg and bacon.
I love it, absolutely love it. Now that's using, of course, the ovals. If you want the egg templates, they're in the show as well. We'll get to those fairly soon for you. But they're only £11.99. They're on the screen right now. 806 080 is your item number. Now let me just run through everything that's available in this show. There are 2 shows from Andy today, one at 2 o'clock this afternoon, and of course this one. We've got the Drunkard's Path for you. Now if you're not quite sure what the Drunkard's Path will make, have a little look at the back of the set, because that will show you exactly the sort of thing that you can create with it. So you've got here all of these different templates for £9.99. 377112 your item number if you want the Drunkard's Path. And this is the quilt at the back here that shows you the different shapes that you can create, the different patterns you can create as well. So it's called that because obviously it kind of weaves very often in a kind of a zigzag style, which is why it's called the Drunkard's Path. But this is the sort of thing you can create if you want to using that, and it's £9.99. Special price £4 off today. Should be £13.99, but less than £10 if you want it right now. 377112 your item number. Now the pick and mix is also another great value for money item today. You can choose any 3 and you only pay for 2. So we've got 3 hearts, which may appeal if you want all 3 of those. That's only £23.97, or you can mix and match any other patterns that you want as well, no problem at all. You've got 2 brand new ones. The 5 nested pentagons are brand new. The 5 nested 60-degree triangles, they're also brand new as well. We've got the set of 5 circles. You get the 3 hearts there, the floating heart, the fat heart and the thin heart. You've then also got your nested squares and your nested hexagons. So choose any 3 of those. You only pay £23.97 for whichever 3 you want. You can pick a mix on the website or go to the operator on our phone number and they will be able to put the 3 that you want in your basket for you as well. 01733 602,000. Now, my favourite of all, I don't know if we're going to have any of these later on this afternoon, but the stag is absolutely brilliant. You're going to get, because they're clear, it's a bit difficult to show you. I'll hold them against my shirt, you can maybe see them. 2/3 of the stock has gone on the stag. You're going to get the large stag, but you're also going to get the small one too, because that would be wasted acrylic, actually, if it hadn't had that smaller stag cut out. So there's the small and the last. On the largest one, sorry, for £11.99. The small stag has been used to make this. They could be coasters, they could be little table runners if you want. And also we've got the large stag just behind us here. So if I just hold up the small and the large together, you can see the difference. But how they coordinate is really lovely. No mistaking, it's a stag, absolutely gorgeous. So if you'd like both of those, great price as well at £11.99. Very good value. 551182 is your item number. Now, the elephant, a symbol of good luck if the trunk is up. That's what I was always told. And that is indeed what's happening here. The trunk is definitely up. You've got the separate template for the ear. You've also got the separate template for the foot as well. And if you look at the one that's behind me in the corner of the studio, you can see that that foot has been done in different colours. So it kind of coordinates with the next elephant. So the green kind of coordinates with the green elephant. The yellow coordinates with the yellow elephant and so on. If I just get my head out of the way, you can see it a bit better. There we go, look. Really cool though, isn't it? So there we are, trunk up all the way. So good luck, hopefully, for those of you that get it. £11.99. 571250 is the item number there for that. Now, we've also got my favourite of the show, after the stag, has to be the Westie. Very limited stock on this now. This is the cushion that's been made out of the Westie. Absolutely adorable. The head is separate to the body, so you can tilt it if you want to, which gives it that kind of inquisitive look. Really cute. Like what you're saying to me, I'm listening, but I don't know what you're saying. You've got the heart or the tongue. You've got the dog. You've got the bone, as well, to go in the mouth. So they're all separate templates. The dog, the heart, the head, and the bone, all separate for £11.99. Put them together like a little bit of a puzzle and create your own 3-dimensional dog. Really sweet. And then finally down the end here, you've got your eggs, your Easter eggs, and there are 5 eggs in this particular template set. And there we are. There's one saying Happy Easter. But of course, what we used earlier on with Andy is the eggs and bacon. I think that's really cool. Maybe on a cushion, maybe in the kitchen, on the kitchen chair or something like that. Really sweet. Or as a placemat, that would be gorgeous as well, wouldn't it? So £11.99 for your ovals, or you know, your egg shapes. They're not ovals. It's a really awkward shape to do and achieve perfectly, but when you've got the templates like that, very, very easy. £11.99, and its item number, remember, is 806 080 if you would like the nested eggs. 5-star reviews for those on our website as well at only £11.99. Jolly good. We've got another, 15 minutes left on the show, so we can squeeze in some more demos. Andy's back with another show, remember, this afternoon at 2 o'clock, but make sure you get what you want in this show, because I think there will be some sellouts by the later one this afternoon. Right, Andy, back to you.
So we've got, this is the, we're on to all the nesting things, so
Yep.
it's just a case of thinking outside the box when you're using the nested template. So you've got a square, so it's not just a square. It's the way you use it can adjust. You know, you can make things slightly different. So here I've got a you know, if this is your scrap piece of fabric, a lot of the time if you want to cut something out of this, it's very difficult to line it up, to trim it, to know what to trim it on. If you're working with 2-inch squares and you're using your scrap fabric, so I can lay that on there and say, oh yeah, I can get a 2-inch square out of there easy. I can position it on that one straight edge that I've got. I can cut round there. You know, so that piece of scrap fabric,
Yeah.
I've now got a little 2-inch square, which a lot of people
You're minimalising your waste,
you know,
aren't you?
Jo actually made a quilt, and she put 2-inch squares around the outside of it, and it was a large quilt, and we put a row, and then we thought, oh no, what it would look like with a second row, and that actually turned into 3 or 4 rows, which took her absolutely ages. But it was worth it. But you know, if you've got a particular colour you're using, but if you want to use up scrap, because I know you quilters have boxes and boxes of scrap fabric, because you never chuck anything out. But here you can actually use things up like that. So here we've sewn 4 little squares together.
Yep.
Which is, they're not too hard because they're easy to manipulate. So, but if we wanted little triangles, they would have been harder to sew together. So by sewing something bigger, and now we can place our template on. The lines on it, because it's got 45-degree lines on it, and it's got all halfway lines on it, and 1/4-inch marks on it, so they're all there. So now we could actually trim this square down.
Well, you're making the most of stuff that otherwise you probably chuck out at the end of the day, using templates like this.
So, yeah. So now we've got something that would have been much fiddlier to produce.
Oh, look at that.
So you've got your little square. So to sew the 4 triangles like that together would have been very fiddly.
And they're in the pick and mix, aren't they?
And the squares are in the pick and mix, so you can do something like that. So the triangles that are in the pick and mix. I tell you what we have. Oh, you have. Where is it? It's up. It must be buried under here somewhere. We haven't actually shown it. There's one at the bottom here of the triangles that must be underneath all this lot.
Okay.
Here it is.
These are the new 60-degree triangles, aren't they?
So this is the 60-degree triangle. So that is made with 60-degree triangles. It doesn't look like it at all.
No.
It's how you
It looks
put
like a
them together.
hexagon.
So because six of them go together to make a hexagon.
Yeah.
But what's been done here, we've done 3 strips of green, and then the triangle's been placed on it and cut them out. So you've got, you know, one at the bottom, and then it's been turned over to the other end, so they go in a different way. So then when you put them together like that, you get that sort of pattern.
That's really effective. I like that a lot. Of course, 660s are 360 degrees.
So I mean, and then you know, once you then made them into a hexagon, the hexagon is the next shape, naturally nests after a square. Obviously, a square is the most easily nesting shape. A hexagon is the one that comes next because it butts together, although it leaves a zigzaggy edge because they don't finish up. But we have a tool in the 2 o'clock show that sorts that problem out.
Right.
But there. So here we've got the 60-degree triangles again been put on. 3 of them have been drawn together to make that. Now these have just been cut with the pinking shears and done and just appliqued on. So very simple, quick Christmas tree. Done like that. So
well, really versatile. If you want the 60-degree triangles, they're brand new today, of course, as well as the pentagons. They're in the show. They're in the pick and mix as well. So maybe go for those 2 and something else that you haven't got in your collection so far. And you get one of them for nothing. You're paying for 2, but you actually get 3 for £23.97. Now we do have a sellout, and not surprisingly, it's our little mate, the Westie, has gone. Congratulations. every single one of those that we could get has gone. Is it on extended delivery? We're going to put it on extended delivery. Okay, so we do have more stock, but on extended delivery. That will be delivered from 4th of January.
Okay, know what I'm doing for the next 2 days.
Absolutely.
We're making Westies.
So extended delivery from the 4th of January. If you would like it, it's still available, but it'll be with you shortly after the 4th, probably the 5th or 6th. It should be popping through your letterbox. But very, very popular. It's just seeing that that cushion just made everybody's heart melt. I think. It's lovely.
So here we were talking about the triangles again. So like that one, the one where it all went round. So here we've got 2 strips to go together like this. So when you start to put them together, this is where they'll go round. So this you've got 6 triangles here again that makes this one. 6 triangles again that where the triangle has been placed like that and gone round. So instead of all pointing into the middle, so therefore again totally different shape, but done from the same idea, 2 strips cut in the triangle. So there's lots, and then obviously once you've got these, you could make a quilt of all these different shapes.
It is fascinating, all the different shapes you can make.
What I'm trying to say is to think out of the box. Is the fact that it doesn't, although it does just cut a triangle, by sewing different pieces of fabric together, you can make something different. And here we have yet another one, 6 triangles sewn together, but this time the line went down the middle. Right. So we cut sort of like 2 rectangles, sew them together, and then placed a triangle with it on its centre seam, so it goes round. So you've got that. So
and basically, the templates give you the accuracy, and then you can have fun playing with the fabrics.
This is it. Once because you cut these 2 bits, you know, once you put the triangle on, that triangle is that dead size. Yeah. So that will sew together like that. I'm a great believer in some of the things we have on this afternoon. I sew a block together, then place something on the top to cut it back down again. So therefore, if your seam isn't 1/4 inch, if it's slightly bigger, slightly smaller, it doesn't matter because all that is washed away. Because then when you place the template on and trim it down again, you know you're getting that perfect square, that perfect hexagon to carry on. Because there's nothing worse than sewing rows together and they don't line up at the end, or all the seams, the seams as you go along, the seams slowly get further and further out, which, you know, you wonderful quilters out there, you don't have that problem, but us mere mortals do.
But the actual templates give you the accuracy and the peace of mind. That's what it's all about, and so affordable today as well. The pick and mix in particular is going particularly well. You're getting one of them for nothing, so choose the 3 that you're going to get the most use out of. Maybe you want 3 hearts, or maybe you want the pentagon, or you want the 60-degree triangles, or whatever you want. You choose the 3 that you're after. We do have, of course, the pick and mix there on the screen. You can do that with the operator as well if you'd rather talk to them and get it done on the phone. 01733 602,000. You could also do it, of course, on the website, which is hochanda.com. But let's have a little look at the pick and mix because there's so many to choose from. We'll do that actually after we've shown you the Drunkard's Path. The Drunkard's Path is the first one, which is just here. And this is a really popular template, very, very kind of historical and very well known and loved.
We missed this earlier because it's got left buried under there's so many samples on the counter. So this is a Drunkard's Path.
Tulip.
But so we've got 3 bits of the Drunkard's Path, and then we've used our square template on here to cut a little square and fill that in. So that's a section of the Drunkard's Path. So is that. And then we added the stem ins. It's once again, it's thinking out the box, not just looking at how the thing. And if you're looking for inspiration, you know, the World Wide Web is out there.
Oh, absolutely.
You type things like that in and you'll find them. So.
And just looking behind Andy as well, some more ideas as to how to use the Drunkard's Path. It doesn't have to be in the traditional way. You can do all sorts of lovely, unusual designs, almost looking like a number 5 on a dice in this one. You've got the kind of wiggle on that one as well. So there's loads of different permutations. And also, of course, depends on the colour of fabric you're using, as well as to what the pattern's going to look like. But the Drunkard's Path is only £9.99. I've seen Drunkard's Path templates like this for around about the £20 mark. So to get them for under £10 is great value.
And it's non-slip as well, which we haven't mentioned about. You know, some of the templates are the nested ones we aren't, because there's so little room to put a non-slip dot on that they're very difficult. But larger ones like this are, and you put them on. And if I put them on there, they do not. When they move, but the fabric moves with them. Right. If I turn them over, they slide all over the place. So they are. This is it's like it's something we apply. We cut it into dots and apply it on. It's like a sandpaper, but it's gloss coated, so it's not quite as sharp as sandpaper.
Is that on all of your templates?
That's on most of them. That's on the things that we think need it. Right. So, like I say, we don't put it on the nested because you're always pulling them apart. and you're putting pieces of tape on them and they might peel off, and we find when you put the pieces of tape on, like the nested ones, that gives it a bit of grip, and a lot of the time people draw around them as well. But for things like this, where you need this to hold because you're cutting round it, we do include this non-slip dot on.
Well, that's on there as well. You don't have to put it on yourself. It's already applied there. £9.99, and it's 377112. The pick and mix is particularly busy this morning. If you want to go for any three, you can choose out of all of these that we got for you from Crafty UK. 5-inch nested squares. You've got your 5 nested hexagons. You've got your pentagons as well, which are brand new. The nested triangles are brand new today as well, the 60-degree triangles. And remember, 6 of those makes a full circle or a full hexagon. You've got a set of 5 circle templates, and then you also have 3 different hearts: the thin heart, the fat heart, and also, of course, the floating hearts there too. £23.97 is the price, saves you £12, so you're buying 3, but you're only paying for 2 of them. And again, just to show you some of the things that you can do with them, this is obviously cutting the centre of the heart out as well. This is like the floating heart that I've got here, which is rather lovely, and because you get all the different sizes, you can make them hollow if you want to. And he's got some of the thinner hearts there as well. Really beautiful. And then the chunkier hearts and the floating hearts. They're almost like speech bubbles with the...
Yeah. You could write something. You could embroider something in it. So.
Why not make them into flowers like that?
This is one Joe made last night.
Love it. Beautiful. So choose any 3, and remember, 2 of them are brand new. The 2 brand new ones that you would not have seen before are the pentagons and also the 60-degree triangles. Okay, choose any 3 though for £23.97. Now the stag. Have we still got stock of the stag? It is limited stock for the stag. I'm not at all surprised. The head normally would be solid, but Andy recognised that and thought, well, why don't we cut out what otherwise would be wasted acrylic, a smaller stag as well, so you're getting 2 stags, the large and the small, for just £11.99. Really good value for money, and it's one of the most iconic images of the last year or 2 years. So if you'd like yours to make maybe little mini table runners or coasters,
I mean,
or
they
cushions.
could be done individually as coasters. We've done them there as a wall hanging, but yeah, you could do a large stag and do it as the placemat, and then the smaller one could be the coaster for your glass of wine if you want something elegant on your table.
Yeah, why not?
For New Year's.
I wonder how many houses this Christmas time had a stag in the house. I bet probably the vast majority, because they're so popular.
Yes.
Now, the Westie is on extended delivery, remember, so if you do want the Westie, limited stock and extended now. Wow, OK. Now, that is going to be dispatched on the 4th of January. Oh, sorry, I've skipped the elephant.
One.
Yeah, I've skipped one, sorry.
You're just so keen on the Westie.
Now, if you want the Westie, please do call quickly. That's the extended delivery. Should be with you on the 5th or 6th of January. It's £11.99. The head is separate to the body, as is the tongue and the bone as well. So you can have a bit of fun with it. 043083, but limited stock for the extended stock as well. I did skip over the elephant, beg your pardon. Now, the elephant that's got the separate ear template and the separate foot template, and the trunk is up for good luck, remember? So if you want the baby elephant, it is only £11.99. That's been very popular this hour as well.
And we didn't mention the tail as well. There's a bit of a slot in there for the tail, so there's a little mark on the acrylic saying where the tail goes, so that you use one of the fabric pens and you draw the tail on, and then you just sew with a thread the tail in, and you can put the tail, you could have the tail up or the tail down, sew the tail on. This one hasn't had the tail added to it, but the one that's behind us, the six coloured one, that has got the tail on. So that's just another piece in the template that we've added to it. So.
Andy, I've just got to let everybody know that the Westie, the extended delivery stock is now sold out as well. So no more calls, I'm afraid, for the Westie. It has gone completely. So if you got it, congratulations. If you didn't, I'm really sorry. That's all we can actually supply you with at the moment.